come on, Kelly.
Everybody thinks they're gonna get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was gonna get a chance to do it. Now I realize I'm gonna be eating Jell-O.
Come on, we're men, we're not piñatas.
To be honest, I'm not sure he really is a dog.
Please don't take a turn to negative town.
And woo, we're live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. If you've never been here before, I go through movies, news, documentaries, Netflix series, Netflix originals, and today I'm going over Cargo. And, okay, so Cargo is pretty much one of the better zombie movies I've seen in the past decade, honestly. It's starring Martin Freeman. And if you don't know Martin Freeman, he's an A-list actor. I could not believe that he was actually in this, and just because I had never heard of this movie, and he's a star. So, and he does a great job inside of this movie. So, this is a zombie movie that is not. It turns pretty crazy. Okay, so it's set in Australia, down under, and a place where pretty much anything that even is a baby can kill you. In Australia. So they're like, let's throw something like some zombies that'll kill you in there too. Make it even more lethal. So these zombies are pretty crazy. They're not sprinting zombies. They're more of like Walking Dead-esque zombies. They're not 28 Days Later or anything like that. And while it doesn't pack as much of a punch as 28 Days Later or the Dawn of the Deads or anything like that, it still deserves the title of a good zombie movie. And it's definitely, the scenery itself made me want to visit Australia besides everything being able to kill you. So it was just visually beautiful, and the circumstances and the problems that they had to overcome were also incredibly thrilling. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's about this couple. He has a young daughter, and he happens to be under a ticking time bomb. Okay, so he has a certain amount of time that he has to achieve a goal and figure out how he's going to make sure him and his family survive this catastrophic event unscathed. So visually, it's beautiful. The acting is really good. The intensity is good, too. So I think it's one of those movies. It's definitely one of the better Netflix originals for certain. And something that I find really cool about this show is that this show is a derivative off of a 7-minute show that they played at, I think it was called Top Fest in Australia, and it was just a festival where they submit 7-minute videos, and they wanted to do something revolving around zombies. So this is a derivative off of that, and they didn't have anything ready for Martin. Martin just saw the short film and then signed on, and then they were like, okay, so what do we do? So I thought that was just appealing in and of itself, and they killed it with that. Pun intended. So do not forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes. I go through movies, news, documentaries, all that stuff. This podcast is brought to you by socialcreative.org. You can get the podcast published at $3.99. Check that bad boy out. It's everything you'd ever need to know in order to start your very own podcast. Also brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/American, and you'll get a free Audible trial for a month. You get to keep the book even if you don't keep the trial or decide to continue your membership with Audible. So that's a sweet deal. Also brought to you by Onnit. There's a free trial of Alpha Brain going on right now. I think you get 2 weeks worth of just free Alpha Brain. So that's in the description as well. So check that bad boy out. Also brought to you by foreverlean.com. Summer's here, but you still lose weight, put on muscle, drop fat pretty quickly. I see a lot of people that are actually dropping fat and putting on muscle and gaining strength and being able to eat the foods that they like. So check that bad boy out as well. That's in the description. Or you want to go to the number 4, everlean.com/shop. You can get anything you'd ever need there. And Onnit has amazing supplements as well that you can check out. So all that's in the description. That was Cargo from Down Under, starring Martin Freeman. And it was crazy. It was very crazy. One of the better zombie movies I'd seen this decade. So until next time, folks. Bye. Bye.
Round 1.
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on, Kelly.
Everybody thinks they're gonna get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was gonna get a chance to do it. Now I realize I'm gonna be eating Jell-O.
Come on, we're men, we're not piñatas.
To be honest, I'm not sure he really is a dog.